Hello and welcome everyone. This is Shruti Rana on behalf of TCS iON. I welcome you all to this masterclass where we will talk about data analytics and visualization. We are thrilled to have you join us for this free masterclass on data analytics and visualization. Today we will explore how data-driven insights are transforming the industries and empowering the business to make smarter decisions. You will learn how to analyze the data, identify the trends, and complex information turn up into informative and interesting visual stories. We will break down the basics like how to work with data sets, interpret patterns, and use visualization tools to communicate insights effectively. Whether you are new to data analytics or looking to enhance your skills, this session will provide practical knowledge to help you thrive in a data-driven world. Now I'm thrilled to introduce our expert speaker for today's masterclass. A very warm welcome to Mr. Sabyasachi Mukhopadhyay. So, welcome, sir.
Thank you very much for the invitation, madam.
So, sir, let me give you a quick introduction of sir. He is the Chanakya PhD Fellow from the Center for Computational and Data Science, IIT Kharagpur. He is presently the Vice Chair of IEEE Computer Society Student Branch Chapter. And he is an assistant professor at BIMS Kolkata. He taught at various institutions as a visiting faculty, including the University of Calcutta and SCIT Pune. He contributed towards various industry domains like nanoscope technologies, etc. He is a Google developer expert in machine learning and software innovator. He is presently involved in startup mentoring and as an advisor for Solar Initiative Private Limited. His research on AI-based medical diagnostic has garnered media attention nationally and internationally during the period of 2016 to 17. He has received numerous awards and grants for his contribution to academic and innovations. He has been invited to speak and judge at prestigious events and institutions, including delivering the TEDx talk and writing the leading Bengali daily newspaper like Ananda Bazar Patrika. It's an honor and pleasure to have you in our session today, sir. It's really awesome. Once again, a very warm welcome, sir. So, sir, let me quickly talk to the audience before I hand over the session to you. We want this session to be interactive as possible. So, please put your questions in the chat and we will try to get as many as possible. Also, there will be many polls coming up in between. So, please keep providing your inputs. And yes, we have a surprise for you. Now, during the masterclass, we will closely monitor your engagement, your participation, quick quiz responses. Yes, there is a quiz at the end of the masterclass. So please be attentive and top performer will be rewarded based on their active involvements and correct answers. So I urge you make the most of this opportunity to stay with us. So today we have got a very experienced crowd with us today. Everyone is actually having a good experience of the data analytics and visualizations. So most of the students are saying data analytics and visualizations are important as they turn complex data into simple and useful information. So Sabyasachi sir, could you give us a brief overview of what data analytics and visualization are and why they have become such a crucial and exciting field in today's world?
Okay, so basically, what does data analytics mean? So basically, if you see, it is a process of examining the raw data to uncover the patterns, or for example, drawing conclusions or support in decision making purpose. So, for example, in machine learning or when deep learning, predictive analytics, or even statistical analysis, we use them very often to get the proper insight from the data. And along with that data visualization, it is also a graphical representation of the data, as the name suggests. Okay, so you can use charts, okay, bar diagrams to make the complex data set easier for understanding purpose. And if you see, there are now you see in today's world, data analytics and visualization has become very much relevant. Why? Because of the following reasons. If we talk about, for example, informed decision making purpose, like data driven decisions minimizes the guesswork, as we know, and it can enable the organizations to optimize the operations, improve the customer satisfactions. Pattern recognition, we can talk about, for example, analyzing or identifying the trends or patterns actually helps us some complex patterns from the data, and we can make the decision making much more easier way. Also the accessibility, for example, visualization simplifies the complex data set by presenting the information in much more intuitive formats, like I mentioned about the dashboard or the graphs or the chart format. So it makes the decision making much more easier and smoother. Real-time insights also, today's world we are more focusing on the real-time decision making purpose. So like in the areas of the finance or the healthcare, banking sector, supply chain management, where the real-time decision makings are becoming very much crucial. So in those cases also, data analytics and the visualization plays a pivotal role. And definitely, many domain, like from the self-driving car to agriculture, everywhere you can see the influence of the data analytics and visualization. Okay, so in a nutshell, what we can say that it makes us easier in terms of the easier way in giving us easier way to figure out the understanding of the complex patterns from the data set, and it also empower us in terms of the better decision making and driving through the present era innovation. Okay, so I hope the picture is now quite clear to all of you. If you have any
Yes,
doubt or
sir.
query, you can ask me.
Yes, sir. It is very much clear that it is actually providing the insights plus the visualization together and turn up the complex data into simple one. So, without further ado, let's deeper dive into the exciting world of data analytics and visualization. I will hand it over to our esteemed professor to begin this masterclass. So, over to you, sir.
Okay, so thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. You see that basically in data analytics and the visualization field, if you are go through the coding-based approach, you can do the programming in R language or Python language. And those who go for the template-driven approach, they mostly prefer on the visualization tools like Power BI or Tableau. But you know that in hands-on approach hands-on approach on AI for real-world application, cohort 3 or high cohort 3, we basically guide the students, okay, through Python and Pythonic platforms, okay, like Keras, TensorFlow, PyTorch. Okay, all these are the Pythonic platforms. So due to that reason, this particular data analytics and the visualization class, masterclass, will be based on the Python. Okay, so that you can have a much more stronger insight on Python. And I kept it at the intermediate level. Okay, so that all of you can easily grab the essence. Okay, so let us start today's session. So basically, those who are new, those who already know, fine. Those who are new, for them, I am just telling that please type Google Colab. Okay, please type Google Colab in Google and open it up. So please type Google Colab and open it up. Okay, so once you click on the welcome to Colab, so this type of the scenario will come up, and please click on the new notebook. Okay, by clicking on the new notebook button. Oh, and after once the new notebook comes up, you can give some name like this. I have given here demo one. You can put some name plus text plus code. These two buttons are available. Whenever you want to add the code, you can click on the plus code, and there is the run cell button is available. You can click on them. After the successful execution, the green tick will appear and execution time will be there. And plus text button is also there. You can add up some text whenever required. Okay, so you can utilize that. But in generally, before we start the execution, I will show you how to do it. Those who know it, they can consider it as a good revision or good practice. And those who are new to it, please follow my instructions so that you can do it here. So data analytics and visualization, here what we'll do, we will cover up the following topics, okay, while exploring the data analytics and visualization. So remember that this is the master class for the beginners and the intermediate level students or the participants. So if you have any query or doubt, you can feel free to ask anytime. So first of all, we shall discuss about the introduction to data analytics and visualization, then importing and understanding of the data, followed by we shall talk about the data cleaning and pre-processing. Then we talk about the exploratory data analysis or EDA. Then followed by that, we shall discuss about the data visualization with Matplotlib and Seaborn. And finally, building an interactive dashboard with Plotly. Okay. So prerequisite which will be required, some of the fundamental concepts which will be required to know about the libraries which we shall use with the help of the Python. if you are using using this type of the Python or Pythonic platforms, these libraries are very common. For those who knows it, fine. For those who don't know, for them I have given some brief write-up, okay, so that you can easily grab those essences and understand the intuitiveness of these libraries. So for example, we can talk about the pandas. You know that pandas is a Python library for data manipulation and the analysis purpose. So it provides the data structures like series or the data frames for easier way of the data handling, cleaning, and exploration. Okay, NumPy is also a Python library for the numerical computation purpose. So it's a very much powerful tool for the handling the arrays. Okay, performing the intuitive mathematical operations, enabling efficient manipulation of the large data set for the scientific applications. Matplotlib is also there. So it's basically a Python library for creating static, interactive, and the animated visualization. So it offers you, for example, the customizable plotting functions or enabling users for the high quality figures, graphs, or charts, okay, for the better representation of the data. And also the Seaborn is also a Python library. It has an extra color palettes, okay, so it makes the statistical representation of the graphs, okay, much more attractive, okay, so it makes the visualization in much more better way. Okay, so you can talk about the violin plots, or you can talk about the heat maps. Okay, so it works very much closely with Matplotlib, okay, or give you the meaningful insight from the data. Then Plotly is also another open source Python library, okay, for the effective visual data visualization purpose. So it can support variety of the plot types, or including line charts, or for example, scatter plots, box plots, or histogram. Okay, so that we will see during our execution purpose. So in generally, whenever we will talk about this data visualization, one of the very common term we shall use the interactive visualization. So what does it mean by the interactive visualization, or what is the importance of the interactive visualization? So these are very much vital, as they allow users for exploring the data dynamically, or for example, uncovering the patterns, extracting the meaningful insights from the data. So it can enhance the overall engagements, okay, whenever you require the zooming, real-time filtering, or better decision making operations. So you can easily do it with the help of the by representing the complex data set in much more customizable and accessible format. Okay, so first of all, the setup which we will do. So pip install pandas, numpy, matplotlib, seaborn, plotly. Okay, so this is the very basic steps which we have to do for the installing all the necessary libraries which we spoke above. Okay, so I am also sharing this particular uh, things through your chat window as well. So let me show you in the demo window that these are the executionable code. So those who are new, just look at very carefully. For your assistant purpose, I also add up some comments there. So in Python or Pythonic platform, we can add the comments with the hashtag sign. Okay, so it will not be executed within the code. Okay, so the explanations are also given there. Those who are new to it, they can do it. So pip install pandas, numpy, matplotlib, seaborn, and plotly. So you see, I have clicked on the run cell button. So it will execute the entire installation process. Okay. So I will encourage all of you to type it. Okay. I will definitely put it in the comment box window, but please type it. So it's now 5:17. So please complete this step by 5:18. So those who are doing it, you can see the code in screen. So these are the simple lines. So please try to type it. Okay. And I will post it in the comment box section. So once I post it, you can also cross check that. So those who are new, just check. Once you complete this successful type, you will see there will be a green tick will appear, and the execution time will be given there, like 8 seconds. This green tick also appeared after the successful execution along with the execution time. Okay, so please complete the installation of these Python libraries, including pandas, numpy, matplotlib, seaborn, and plot. Okay, so I shall wait for a few more seconds and then move to the next part. So make sure that all of you are doing it.
Of the students are doing.
Okay,
Most
great,
of
great to know. Great to know. Because last masterclass also during the December 10, I also figure out that during the neural net, my session, hands-on session on neural network, I saw all the students were actively participating. Okay, so
Yes.
that was much more complex topic than this, but still I have seen there was very much active participation from the students. So I believe this is a little bit lighter in comparison to the earlier topic, but I believe that I will see the similar type of the enthusiasm among the students.
In fact, Rupesh is asking, can we do it in Jupyter Notebook also?
Absolutely, if you wish, you can do that. Okay, I am showing it from Google Colab. If you wish, you can do it from Jupyter Notebook.
Mostly the students feel easy in Jupyter Notebook, no?
No problem, no problem. Colab is also a very easy platform because in high cohorts, in cohort 1 or cohort 2, I mean, all the sessions have been implemented in Google Colab. So keeping that in mind, I am doing it in Google Colab. And all the sessions were performed in Python or Pythonic platform. So because of that, I want all the users to be accustomed with it, because if they are enrolling for the high program, then it will be easier for them to follow the instructions. Okay, so before moving to the next step, let me put this chunk of the code in your comment box window. Okay, so just implement this one, and then we shall move to the next part.
Ash is asking that PIP install pandas, numpy, matplotlib, cbon, and plotly. It is given a syntax error, invalid syntax to him.
You are basically typing wrongly, madam. Those who are doing it wrongly, you are mostly typing it wrongly. You just follow this code. Okay, you will be able to do it. So I have posted it. Just check in the comment box. Make sure that you are not missing out the exclamatory sign. Okay, if you are doing it in Colab, that pip before pip, that exclamatory sign will appear. Pip install. Okay.
Okay. So I
So
hope Harsh, it is clear now why you are getting error. So Vishwas is asking, what is the main difference between Tableau and Power BI?
so I think it will be better. It is a separate topic. If we can take at the end, it will be better. So I will take the question at the end. So can you see the question? I mean, the chunk of the code which I pushed here. Okay. Now it is visible. Actually, I thought that it was not visible in the comment box, so I was just worried. Okay, so I think all of you can see that. Fine.
Yes, sir. Now it is
Okay.
visible.
Okay.
Now hope you all get the code properly by the Sabyasachi sir. So just copy and paste. So you'll get the correct.
Okay,
You can
so I am
easily
first
install.
encouraging all of you to type it. Okay, so that all of you will have the good habit of typing those code, those few lines of the codes, and then also for your verification purpose, I am just posting them. Okay, just a second. Just give me a second. I think we can do the next step. Let me just share the screen.
There also did Lipu, Sejal, and Shalini. Lot of students done.
Excellent. So in the next step, what we will do, we will see that the importation of the of an understanding of the dataset, importing and understanding of the dataset. So here, what we'll do, we will basically utilize the Titanic dataset, famous Titanic dataset. So all of you know that RMS Titanic, British passenger ship, which actually unfortunately sank on April 15, 1912. Okay, after colliding with an iceberg. Okay, so this disaster occurred during its inaugural voyage from the Southampton, England to New York City, USA. So all of you are quite aware of that through the movie and through different books, okay, and other online resources. So we are going to use this particular data set. So there are a few features which we shall talk about. Okay, so first of all will be the passenger ID, one of the features, which is the unique identifier. You can see for each passenger. Then second one will be the survived. Okay, so whether the passenger is survived or not. Okay, so if they are survived, then it is 1, otherwise it will be 0. Or passenger class or P class. P class is the abbreviated format of the passengers class. Okay, whether it is the first class, second class, or third class, you can check it out there. Then the name, for example, passenger's name. Okay, that we can check out from here. Or for example, gender of the passenger. Okay, age of the passenger, or CBSP, number of the siblings or the spouses. Okay, that you can that is one of the very important feature. Or for example, PARCH. PER says this is the basically the number of the parents or the children aboard. Okay, so that is one of the feature. Then, for example, ticket or ticket number. Ticket number is another feature. Then another important feature, that is basically the fare, the amount of the amount passenger paid. Okay, that is also can be utilized. Then cabin or cabin number. Okay, so basically this is another important feature. And then embarked, this is also another feature. So port of the embarkation. Okay, so for example, Charbog, or for example Queenston, C for the Charbog, or for example Q for the Queenston, or S for the Southampton. So this embark feature in the Titanic dataset indicate the port where a passenger boarded the ship. So it basically represented by the categorical value. Okay, so for example, these three categorical values: C, okay, Charbag from the France, or the Queenstown from the Ireland, or for example Southampton from England. So C, Q, and S. Okay, these three values you will see as a port of the embarkation. So this will help you to categorize the passenger based on their embarkation point. Okay, so it will help you on that, and can be very much useful for analyzing the patterns related to the passenger, okay, survival rates or socio-economic factors regarding their boarding location. Okay, so this is very much common data set for the classification purpose. Okay, so for this purpose, what we'll do, we will do the necessary importing of the libraries and data. Okay, so first what we'll do, we shall import the pandas as pd, import numpy as np, import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Okay, and then import cbon as sns. So all those utilities of the libraries we have discussed, so I am not repeating them again. And then what we'll do, we will use the data set from the online link. Okay, so pt.read_csv, we shall put the online data set available link here. Okay, so github user content.com. Okay, so from that we shall extract the data. Okay, and we will store it under the data. Okay, and then we shall print data.head. So it will show you the first 5 observations from the data. Okay, so up to this you just try to type it. Okay, then definitely I shall put this particular portion of the code in your comment box. So it's now 5:26. Please finish these steps by 5:28. Okay, so in this step we are doing the importing libraries and data. So just type the coding portion. You don't have to type the hashtag portion, okay, which is given there, hash portion, okay, along with the hash and the comment section which has been added there. You don't have to type it. Only type the code portion. So import pandas as pd, import numpy as np, import matplotlib.pyplot as plt, then import cbon as sns, then load the data, okay, along with the proper link. Okay, and just a second, let me share the dataset link with all of you so that you can easily do it, because typing will be difficult. Just a second.
Sarah is actually sharing a link with you all. You just have to copy and paste, and don't copy the after hashtag. That is only the comments for understanding. So just only paste the code so that it will be quickly you will able to do it.
Okay, so dataset link I have posted. Just check. In the comment box, dataset link I already posted. Okay.
Yes, sir. You just take it directly from this link, the code, and paste it. Either you are working on Google Colab or either you are working on Jupyter Notebook.
Okay. So I shall wait for another more minute, and then I will share the entire code with all of you in the comment window. But before that, try to finish it up. And I saw a few of the comments like dancer. Thank you very much. Those who already have completed, it's fine. Those who are doing it, type gradually and make sure that you are not making any typing mistake. Okay.
Students are doing Sushanta, Shankar, all Priya.
So complete up to the highlighted portion. Okay, importing of the libraries, then loading the data set, then displaying first few rows. Okay, please finish up to this.
Chahan, Gyan, Vipul, so many students have done so.
Excellent, excellent. So once you do it successfully, I'm just showing you the output you will see. So this output you will see first few observations. Okay, so this is a large chunk of the data. So you will see first 5 rows has been printed along with the passenger ID, survived, okay, or the P class, passenger class, okay, name, sex, age, okay, other columns. So first 5 observations. So always remember that whenever you have a large amount of the data set, you want to just have a brief idea about the data structure. So that's why we always use, okay, data dot head type of the function. Okay, so this is the utility of this particular data, this particular head function. Okay, so visualize the first few rows, and let me put this particular chunk of the code in your comment box section so that all of you can do it easily. So carefully observe, I am posting one by one line. Okay, so one by one line, I am just posting the code in the comment box section. Just make sure that you are following it up carefully. Okay, so first import pandas as PD I already posted, just check. Now I am posting import numpy as np. Okay, now I am sending you the import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Okay, now I am sending import cbon as sns. Please cross check those who have done successfully, fine. Those who are still or yet to complete it, okay, those who are still doing or yet to complete it, please check in the comment box. Just check carefully one by one. Now I am sending the data set, okay, on loading the data set. Now I am posting the printing of the first few rows. Okay,
These students are saying they done it.
okay, excellent. Okay, now what we will see, we will implement very two simple line of the codes, that is the summary of the statistics and the basically print data.info and then print data.describe. So once one code, this data.info, it will give you the summary statistics, and the data.describe will provide you the number of the columns, what is the mean value, okay, etc., mean, median, or for example first quartile value, third quartile value, all those range it will give you. Okay, so these two lines of the codes you will check. So it's now 5:31. Please finish this step by 5:32. These two are the very simple two lines of the course. Then I will show you how the output will look like. Okay, so summary statistics can be done with the help of the data.info. Okay, and then we will see the entire statistical summary, okay, through the data.describe. Okay, so it will give you the entire idea that how the data is spanned over the entire thing. Okay, so basically if we see, like for example data.info, so those who are doing, for them I'm just showing. For example, you can get the easy idea about the number of the entries. Okay, like for example there are 891 entries, so it will give you the idea about the 0 to 890 is the index values. Okay, and then how many I mean non-null count is available there. Okay, along with the memory uses, all those things are available. What are the data types are present, like for example passenger id, it is int is integer 64 types, or for example if we talk about the name, it is the object type, or if you are talking about the for example the fare, it is the float 64 type. Okay, so this is how the data types look like, and their corresponding memory uses. Okay, so 83.7 something kb is the overall memory. So this is how you can see the memory uses along with the data type. Everything has been printed along with the null count of the columns. Okay, so this is how you see, you will get the data, I mean information, through the summary statistics or data.info. And data.describe, here what you will see, you will see the following output in below of that. Okay, so this will give you the data dot, just a second. Okay, so data dot basically this particular chunk of the code, when you will see. Okay, so here you will see the entire thing. Just a second, it slipped from my hand. Here, so count, okay, total count of the non-zero elements, then mean, then standard deviation, then minimum, then the first quartile means 25% value, then second quartile means 50%, first 50% observation, then third quartile means first 75% observation, then the maximum value. So column wise you will see, like, or each column, passenger id, survive, pc class, age, sibling or the spouse information, or the purge information fair. So in each column, you will see the entire idea, entire overall span, right? Starting from the count of the non-zero columns to the mean, standard deviation, minimum value, first quartile, second quartile, third quartile. That means first 25% observation, second first 50% observation, first 75% observation, maximum value. All those details you will get from here. Okay, so this is the basic difference between the data.info and the data.describe value. Okay, so I hope that all of you have been able to finish this part, and I am also putting this particular chunk of the code in your comment box as well.
Great. Thank you so much, sir. So many students actually doing together simultaneously as with you and mentioning done, sir, yes, sir.
Excellent,
So
excellent.
many
Great to
students
see
done.
that all of you are following the instruction properly.
Yes.
Now print data.describe. So data.info I posted. Now I am posting print data.describe. Okay. So this particular part is done. Now we shall move to the next part. Okay, so that would be basically the third portion. Okay, so data cleaning and pre-processing. So during the neural network session, last masterclass, I also mentioned that whatever the elegant classifier you may use or tool you may use, if you can't do the implementation of the data pre-processing and data cleaning properly, you will not get the desired result. So this is a very, very vital step in terms of the data analytics and visualization purpose. So here we will follow few of the steps like handling of the missing values, then encoding the categorical variables, then followed by the feature scaling. Okay, so here we will talk about the first of the handling of the missing values. Okay, so to implement this particular step, okay, what we'll do, print data.isnull.sum. So it will check the missing values of in each column of the data frame. Okay, and then it will return the count of null if some of the, for example, some missing values per column is present. Then also you will see about the filling the missing edge with median. Okay, so if there are some missing edge, then it will be filled up with the median value. Okay, so like data edge column, under that if fill na data edge dot median in place equals to true. So it will fill all the missing edge columns with the median edge value. Or for example, dropping the rows with the missing embarked value. So in the embarked case, drop data dot drop in a subset embarked. So what it will do, it will remove all the missing values from the embarked column. Okay, then for example, filling the missing cabin with unknown. Okay, so if there is a cabin column and if there is some missing value is there, so what we can do, we can write some string, put some string like unknown, then for example verify it, then we can verify. Okay, so fast execution purpose, I'm just showing you the difference of the output. You will see why we are specifically implementing the choosing the edge, embarked and cabin column, because you see once you put it just to check that whether any missing values or not, so if you see, so it will return the count null as per the column if there are some missing values. So where there are no missing values, so you will see passenger id 0, survive 0, pc class 0, name 0, okay, sex 0, or for example sibling and the spouse column is SIBSP column 0, all those care it is 0. But few columns like age, total number of the missing values is 177, or the cabin or the embarked. In these columns, there are missing values. So what we have done, we have replaced those missing values with certain techniques. Okay, like in case of the age, we replaced with the median value. In case of the embarked cases, what we have done, we have basically we have just removed the rows with the missing values, and for the columns with the missing cabin, we replaced with the unknown string. So because of that reason, there is no missing value. Now, whenever we are verifying it by reprinting this line, we started with this line, we are reprinting this line to check that whether is there any missing value or not. Now, if we check with the reprint, if we see there is no missing value. Now you see again we have printed and there is no missing value. All the cases it is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so now just implement this particular step and let me know. So those who are doing it fine, and for those who are typing it, for them I am just putting the one by one line in your comment box section. Okay, so that you can easily cross check whether you have done it properly or not. So first line I am putting it for checking the missing values. Okay, data.isnull.sum. function. Okay, so I am just putting the first line here. So execute it sequentially. Okay, so do not skip any line or something. After putting these lines, I will again go back to my original screen so that you can check the proper alignment of the lines. Then we are filling the edge with median value. Okay, filling the edge with median. Next step, filling the edge with median value. Okay, filling the edge with median. Now next step, what we are doing, we are dropping the rows with the missing embarked values. Just check in the comment box section. Okay, dropping the row with the missing embarked values. So what we are doing, we are removing the rows where we don't have the embarked values. Then in the next step, what we are doing, we are just putting the unknown string where we don't have the values for the cabin column. Okay, in the next step. Okay, and then we will cross check that whether during our display of the missing values, whether any particular column is appearing or not. We shall cross check. So it should come 0 because only these three columns, the columns we have mentioned, only these three columns, okay, we have seen that missing values were present, like for example age or the cabin or the embarked column. So once you again re-execute it after satisfying all those operations, you will see it is not appearing. Okay, so I have shared all those materials in the chat box, so just check. I am again going back in the screen sharing mode. Okay, so now you just see, cross check with the posted code with this particular screen. So first step, we are basically checking for the missing values. In the next step, we are filling the missing edge with median value. Then we are dropping the rows with the missing embarked values. Then what we are doing, we are fill those missing cabin with the unknown strings. Okay, these three particular column, I repeat, had the missing values. So we had made some operations, and then again we cross check to check the number of the missing values in each column, and we figured out that output will be 0 in each case because there is no present missing values, because we already either replaced by median values or removed the rows, or we have replaced with an unknown string. Okay, so this type of the operations we have done. So this particular segment you have learned about handling with the missing values. Okay, so it's now 5:41. I expect that by 5:42 you will complete this particular step. So those who have done it, fine. Those who have not done it, I am waiting for them. And I already posted this portion of the code in the comment box. So please cross check. Please cross check and let me know.
So many students are saying that they're done.
Excellent, excellent. So there will be a smaller presentation of the high cohort 3. Okay, so before going to that particular portion, I just want to show make you complete this particular small step, that is the encoding of the categorical variable. Okay, so encoding of the categorical variable is a very interesting process. Okay, so what we will do here, for example, there is a column related to gender. Okay, so whether it is male or female. So if it is male, it will be encoded as 0. If it is female, it will be encoded as 1. Okay, so you can just do like this. Or for example, under the embarkation process, I told you already. Those who could not follow, for them I am just again showing it. The embarkation column, there will be basically three notations are given there. Three categorical values or notations have been given there, like C, Q, or S. So C stands for the Charbagh, France. That particular categorical assignments has been given there. Queenston from Ireland, Q, and Southampton as S. This C, Q, and S. Okay. So this is the port of embarkation, where the embarkation has taken place. That data has been stored under the embarked column. Okay, so how we are dealing with those categorical values? So this is a very much important trick. After dealing with the missing values, you have to learn about the dealing with the categorical values. So to deal with the categorical values, what you can do, what we are doing in the first case, we are making male as 0, female as 1. This is a one trick for the sex column. And the embark column, what we are doing, we are keeping C, okay, as 0, Q as 1, and S as 2. So these two are the very simple line of the code. You can do it. Or I am while you are typing it, also I am posting this particular portion of the code in your comment box section. So just have a look at there.
I would like to say, please don't spam the chat and don't post your LinkedIn profiles there. That is also one of the factors which we are considering. If you didn't spam your chat, we will consider you in for providing the certificate. So kindly don't spam the
Yes,
chat.
so I am posting the first line, just check. So replacing the categorical values for the sex column, and then in the second line of the code I am sending, that is converting the categorical values for the embarked column, okay, with the numerical notation. Okay. So now just check. So I already posted it there. Now you just cross verify with my screen. Okay, encoding of the categorical variable. Okay. So just
Travel has
execute it.
done, sir.
Once you do it, then some green tick will appear in the run cell button in this section. Okay, just look at my pointer. So we shall discuss about the exploratory data analysis, but before that, our madam will show you some presentation. Sutiji will show you some presentation on the high cohort 3. Okay. So meanwhile you are doing it, please listen to her. Then we shall go back to the exploratory data analysis.
So many students are done. Shankar, Amit, Shruti,
Thank you very
Manjeet,
much. Thank you. Thank you.
Sharini. So many students are doing together
Excellent. Excellent.
simultaneously.
Excellent. Great to know. Great to know.
Great.
So, madam, you can proceed. Then we shall again start discussion on the exploratory data analysis EDA part.
Sure. I would like to request my colleague kindly bring the PPT, bring up the PPT. So here we are thrilled to announce the launch of Cohort 3 for our online certificate program developed by IIT Kharagpur in collaboration with TCS. After the successful completion of Cohort 1 and 2, we are now ready to welcome a new learners to this exclusive course focused on hands-on AI for real-world applications. This program is designed to equip you with essential AI skills through a blend of practical experience and theoretical knowledge. But here you will get a 80% hands-on learning and 20% theoretical insights. As you saw, sir also explained you hands-on very nicely, and 80% is mostly hands-on learning here. So this course is built around practical exercise, live projects, industry case studies, giving you the opportunity to apply your knowledge in real-world scenarios. It is ideal for the students, fresh and working professionals who want to gain the practical AI and machine learning skills. And upon completion, you will receive a certificate from IIT KGP and TCS iON, along with the career support to help you advance professionally. So it includes mostly 80% practical knowledge and 20% theoretical knowledge. Now, this is a great thing. And hands-on will cover up a lot of topics like Python, PyTorch, Keras, and many more. And it is 100 hours of overall experimental learning. And that is also that top 10% will be awarded at the IIT Kharagpur campus, which is a great opportunity for you all. Besides this, might be now you are thinking that if we complete this certificate, which kind of job roles will get it? So here there are potential job roles also mentioned, that machine learning engineer, deep learning engineer, ML architect, AI engineer, GP3 developer, data science engineer, and many more. So if you would like to reach us for any queries, so you can reach us at info.tcs. So with this, Sabyasachi sir, I request you to please continue with the masterclass.
Sure. So let us also, madam, just take a note of one question that I will answer at the end. Like Power BI and Tableau, there is another question that whether HR people can take this course or not. Okay, please take a note of this. I will answer at the end.
Sure, I noted.
Thank you. Okay, so now let us go back to our original exploratory data analysis aspect. Okay, so here first of all we'll see the survival rate. Okay, so for taking the survival rate, what we are doing, data survived column, we are doing the mean operation in overall, and then we have multiplied with 100 to express the entire thing in percentage, and then we simply have printed it. Okay, so survival rate, and accordingly we have just calculating the survival rate value up to 2 floating point. So if you execute this, you see that the overall survival rate is 38.25%. So once the collision between the Titanic and the iceberg happened, only 38.25% of the people have been survived. Okay, so this is the very small amount chunk of the code which you can implement. So it is 551. So please finish this step by 553. Okay. Meanwhile, you are typing it. I am also posting this portion of the code in your comment box section so that you can do it easily. So at the first step, we are calculating the survival rate by applying the mean operation over the survived column and multiplied with 100 to convert it into the percentage. Okay. So this is the first part. I am posting it here. Okay, and the next step, what I am doing, we are just printing the output of the survival rate, which is 38.25% here. Okay, so I also posted this portion of the code. You just cross check with the screen I am sharing here. Okay, so those who have done it fine, those who are still doing it, just cross check with the screen. Okay, so this is the portion of the code I have posted in your comment box section. So we have calculated survival rate under the exploratory data analysis or EDA. Okay, then we will visualize the age distribution and the survival. Okay,
Many students are writing done, sir, done, sir.
excellent,
And
excellent,
I have
excellent.
Shalini.
Okay, so I shall wait for another more minute and then move to the age distribution and survival plot. Okay. So those who have finished it, fine. Those who are still doing it, try to finish it within few more seconds. And you can cross check the code as I have posted it in the comment box section. Okay.
Students are asking for collab link also. That
I will share at the end. I will share at the end why I am telling it to type, because it will give you a good idea of typing. And Python and Pythonic platform, another interesting thing is that you can't put unnecessary spaces. It will give you indentation error. Where it is required, you have to put space there. In the last session also, during the last master class of the neural network, I mentioned that. So that's why having good habit of typing the codes are very important. Okay, so that's why I'm telling you to type it. All the resources will be provided to you. My github repository to other links will be given to you. Okay, but make sure that you are practicing it through typing. Okay, not blindly copy pasting.
a
That's
lot
all.
of students are saying yes, sir, done, sir,
Excellent,
done.
excellent. Okay, so now let's move to the next part, that we will see the age distribution here. So plt.figure fixed size. Here you see 10 by 6. Okay, so that means this 10 value is the width value, 10 inch. Always remember in Python, whenever you are writing fixed size, defining the fixed size, it is the unit is inch. Okay, so 10 inch by 6 inch. So 10 is the width value. First argument section value is the width value. In second argument section, it is the height value, 6. So 10 inch by 6 inch. Okay, then you take the age column. Okay, and then what you will do under the hist, bins 30. Bins means number of the intervals. Okay, so it is 30. Age color k means black. Okay, so age color will be black. Okay, once you can see the plot has appeared here, you see all those histogram cases, the age color is black because we have defined it with k. Okay, and then what we are doing, we will define the plot title as the age distribution. Plt.x level, x-axis will marked as age. Plt.y level, it has been marked as frequency, and plt.show. Okay, it will display the result. Okay, so in this way, once you plot it successfully, you will get this type of the plot. Okay, frequency versus age. So overall age distribution plot will appear. So finish up to this. Okay, so this is a small chunk of the code. It's now 554. Finish this by 556. Okay, this is a very small chunk of the code. Just type it carefully.
Shalini and Sunita already done.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, then I will also share this portion in your comment box section. So nothing to worry about it. Just do it carefully.
Students is asking Harshil that significance of bins. He wants to understand
Significance of
about.
bins are basically for the intervals. How many intervals you are taking for the plots. Okay. So here you see how many intervals you have taken here. If you count it or throughout the range from 0 to 80, there are 30 bins. Okay. We have taken here.
I hope Harshil it is clear to you.
Okay, just a second. Let me also share this portion of the code line by line to your comment box section so that you can cross check. Okay, so I'm just posting plt.figure in the comment window. Okay, while you are typing, just also check in the comment box section as well. I'm putting one by one line there.
So Augustine is asking, it's like normal distribution.
It is
Say,
skewed, not normal. We shall talk about this. It is skewed distribution, not exactly normal. It is skewed
yeah,
because
Jobinars.
younger people onboarded more, if you check, rather than the aged people. So it is quite skewed plot. Okay, so we shall discuss more on this. We shall discuss more on visualization. So nothing to worry about it. Okay, so just check in the comment box section. I'm posting one by one. Just check it because we shall very soon discuss about the box plot. The next portion will be the box plot, and it is very much important to understand the box plot and proper interpretation. It's not only about the drawing the plot, but how to interpret it. That is very much important. Okay, so if we see this the histogram plot which you are achieving, so already I have posted the in the group in the comment box section. So check in the entire and check those codes. So in this histogram, what we have seen the age distribution of the passengers. Okay, depending on that which we achieved from the Titanic data set. Okay, so here what we have seen that the age of the passenger which is ranging from 0 to 80, and we also have seen the number of the passenger count, okay, in the age group, and what we have seen that the each bar corresponds to the specific age range. For example, here we have taken 0 to 2, 2 to 4. Okay, so height of the bar representing the how many passengers are falling into this group. Okay, so if you see the plot, okay, so basically we'll see the peak is coming around 28 to 30 years, which has the highest frequency. Okay, you can see around 250 passengers are coming under this group. Okay, so if we see, for example, the overall shape, okay, it is the distribution looks rightly skewed. Okay, so why? Because you see the most of the passengers are younger. Okay, and there are fewer passengers who are older age group. Okay, and then, for example, there are a significant number of the passengers are between the 20 to 40 years of the age. Okay, so there are some young passengers, children below 10, fewer old passengers ages above the 60 plus. Okay, and there are few outliers case also between 70 to 80 years. Okay, indicating the presence of extremely elder passengers. Okay, so insightfully, what we can say, the majority of the passengers are working age adult, 20 to 40 years of old, and the presence of the children and the elderly individuals suggesting the diversity age group. So children we can say between age 0 to 10, and elderly people above 60, we can say they are the diversely age group. Okay, and there are high concentration of the passengers around 30. Okay, which is the average age of the traveler at this period of time. Okay, so that you can understand from the after the execution of the code, and if you see the plots, we'll be able to observe those things. Just a second, let me go back to the original notebook. So okay, so now if we go to the next part, that is the, just a second, that is your the age versus survival plot, that is the box plot. So SNS dot box plot, what you will do, x-axis you can mark as survived, y-axis as age. Okay, so basically if they are surviving, then it will be 1. If they are not surviving, it will be 0, like the way the mark has been given under the survived column. And then we are putting the title as the age versus survival, and we are showing the plot. So this particular box plot will appear, this type of the box plot will appear. Okay, so before I go to the interpretation of the box plot, let me put this code in your comment box section. Before that, let me give you some time to type it. It's already 6. So complete this step by 6-1, because there are 3 simple line of the code. So 1 minute will be good enough to type it. Then I will post this chunk of the code in your comment box, and I will explain that how it is happening, because understanding of the box plot is very much important. I want all of your screen, you should execute the code first, so that in your screen you can see the box plot. Okay, through your own execution, and then I will interpret the box plot. Okay, so it will give you a much more clearer insight. Already we have seen the skewed distribution through the histogram, and we understood that why the skewed distribution took place. But now through the box plot, we will see further more insight, because we have seen that there are more working age people who onboarded into the Titanic. Okay, from 20 to 40, this duration of the age. There are very few number of the child and the older people, okay, like above 60 or the between 0 to 10, which is the children age, and above 60 is the extremely elderly people age. Okay, and between 70 to 80 we have seen there are some outlier cases who are extremely old. Okay, so similar cases we will observe in much deeper way with the box plot. Okay, so I believe all of you have been able to finish this step. It's already 6:1. So I am posting this particular portion in your comment box as well. So please do it with me. Okay, just cross check. Those who have finished it, fine. Those who are still doing it, please cross check with me. Okay, I'm posting it in your comment box section. Okay.
Students have already done, sir. Shivani, Amit, Rupesh, Pavitra, Kushi, Nikhil. So many students are writing done, sir. Lot of students are simultaneously just saw your screen and keep typing and doing it very quickly.
I know students are very smart, but still I have to do
Yes.
it. I have to put it in the comment box section because I have to handhold for those who are new. Okay.
So,
So whenever you are giving training to somebody, you have to be very much careful for both the ends, for the smarter students and also for the students. They are also very smart, but they are new. Okay, so you have to also take care of them as well. Okay, so now I hope that all of you can see this particular box plot in your screen. And you see there is one particular case, okay, in the box plot. Okay, there is one median line in each box. You see there is a horizontal line. So this horizontal line is called the median line under each box. Okay, so this is indicating the middle edge, and there is one interquartile range Q1 to Q3. Okay, so interquartile range is basically representing the 25% of the data to 75% of the data. Okay, so which is represented with the help of the whiskers, some vertical lines outside the box, that is called the whiskers, and there are some outliers which is appearing as the small circle after the whiskers. These are the outliers. This is indicating the range of the extremely old people who onboarded in the Titanic. So their range is between 70 to 80. So that is how you have to understand. I'm again resharing my screen and just telling you, I hope that all of you got the point, but still, because box plot is very much important to understand. Otherwise, you will face difficulty. So for those who are still doing, for them, I am just again telling you, just a second. So this is the box plot. Okay. Now under the rectangle, you see this horizontal line is nothing but the median line. Okay, and this particular segment, okay, from the 25% to 75% range of the entire data presenting range is the interquartile range, IQR range, from Q3 minus Q1, third quartile to first quartile difference is the interquartile range. Now you see this is called the whisker. You see after above the rectangular box and below the rectangular box, as you can see this vertical line, is representing the whiskers in both the cases. Okay, for 0 and 1, 0 for those who not survived and 1 for those who survived. And after this whisker, you see there are some small circular rings. Can you see these small circular rings after the whisker? This is the whisker. Okay, so these small circular rings are nothing but the outliers. Okay, and here the outliers are basically the people who have survived above the age from this 70 to 80 range. Okay, and this is also showing some whiskers, sorry, some small circles outliers who have not survived, but these particular points are lying very much further from the original distribution. So what is outlier? When you see some point lying at a distance, okay, or the farthest point from your original distribution, we generally call them as the outliers. So these are the outliers which is crossing the boundary of the whiskers present in the box plot. Okay, so these are the outliers. Okay, so I hope now you got the interpretation of the box plots properly, because it's not only about generating the plots, but how to interpret it, that is very much important. Okay, now let us move ahead for the next discussion purpose. So here remember in the box plot features, we spoke about the median line, we spoke about the interquartile range Q3 minus Q1, 75th percentile minus 25th percentile. We spoke about the whiskers concept, okay, vertical lines extending from the box plot. But remember, these whisker lines are non outlier edges. Okay, here y-axis is your edge. So these are the non-outlier edges. Don't consider whiskers line as the outliers. Okay, and what are the outliers? These small circles. Okay, which are the basically your farthest point, or the extremely edged people, which is basically deviating significantly from the original distribution. So here these values are deviating from the original distribution, extremely deviating from the original distribution. So that's why we are calling them as the outliers. Okay, so now I hope this picture is quite clear to you. Now we'll talk about the survival by class. Okay, so let me go back to the screen sharing mode. I think we are out. I am out of the screen sharing mode. Just a second. So few more important visualization we shall talk about, and then just a second. Now we will see the survival by class. Now we'll see what we'll do. We'll do the SNS dot bar plot. So in the x-axis we will keep the passenger class. So we will put it as the P class. Y-axis will give the survive value. Okay, and then what we will do? So basically PLT dot title, we will put the title as a survival rate by passenger class. We are keeping confidence interval as none. Okay, CI none, because it will have the confidence interval effect. It will not have the confidence interval effect on the plot. So keep that off. We are putting CI equals to none. X level will be the passenger class, Y level will be the survival rate, and PLT dot show. Okay, so these are the very few simple line of the code. You can do it. It's now 6-7. So please complete this simple line of the code by 6-8. Okay, then I will put it in your comment box section. Okay, so those who are doing it, for them I'm showing you this is the particular plot. This is the passenger class, or P class will be in x-axis, y-axis will be the survival rate. Okay, so you will see the overall output in this way.
Preeti mentioned that she had done.
Excellent. So those who are doing it, for them I want the plot should be generated in front of you before I start in explaining the plot. Okay, so I hope that all of you are doing it. I shall wait for a few more seconds, and then I shall put this code line by line to your comment in your comment box section as well. So make sure that you are executing properly, you are following my instruction properly, so that you can generate this plot smoothly.
What the students are mentioning now that they have done, Chandra, Maitri, Hema.
Excellent, excellent. Great to see that you are doing it with the same enthusiasm like you have done it during the first master class.
And especially Amit mentioned that the plot is generated.
Excellent, excellent. So let me now put this chunk of the code in your comment box section. For those who have not done it yet, they can do it soon. Okay, so I am putting the first line, okay, defining the x as the P class and y as the survived class. Okay, for this bar plot. Okay, now next line I am putting it the PLT dot title. Okay, survival rate by passenger class. Okay, PLT dot title, I am putting it here. Just check. Okay, now in the next line, what I am doing, I am putting it PLT dot X level passenger class. Okay, now I am putting it again PLT dot Y level survival rate. Okay, and then also I am keeping it PLT dot show, the last line, for the displaying of the plot purpose. Okay, so I hope that all of you have been able to see this. So here, if you see the plot, very interestingly, you can see that P class having the highest survival rate, that is around 0.62, means 62%. Okay, P class 2, or the passenger class 2, which has the moderate survival level, that is approximately 0.47 or 47%. And the lowest survival rate is 0.24 or 24%. That means passenger is in the higher classes. Those who are in the first class, they have significantly better chance of survival than compared to those people who are in the third class or world class. So it has a very much interesting socio-economic status also. It is showing into very interesting socio-economic status that people who are accessing the better resources, they can have the better survival outcome. Okay, so it's not from nowadays, but it is still existing it is still existing in during 1912 as well. Okay, the incident took place in 1912, 15 April 1912. So those type of the scenarios were present there also. So those who are passengers belong to the higher classes or the first classes, they survive more in comparison to the people, those who are traveling to the lower classes. Okay, so this is how you can see there is a very interesting socio-economic status which you can generate from this insight. So that's the beauty of the data visualization. I hope you got the practical idea. That's why I have shown you this particular example with the help of the real world data set or the practical data set. Okay, so let me go back to the original screen sharing mode. Okay, so this is how you should have to interpret the result, because you see you will definitely generate the plots, but you have to interpret the result in this way. So you can see people from the first class survived 62%. Okay, second class 47%. If you look at the y-axis, you can easily get it. And people from the third class, traveling in third class, they have survived 24%. Okay, so I hope you got the idea which I mentioned here. Now we shall generate a very much interesting color plot, data visualization with matplotlib and seaborn. So correlation heat map we can generate. So this is a very much interesting correlation heat map which you can generate from here. Okay, so this particular case, what you have to do, you have to ensure the non-numeric columns are dropped from the correlation calculation. So for that purpose, what we are doing, we are assigning numeric data as the data.select d type include number. Okay, so it will filter the data set to include only numeric columns. This is a very, very important step. Then we are generating plt.figure, fixed size 10 by 6, so 10 inch for width, 6 inch for the height. Okay, this is the standard dimension which you follow during the plot. And then sns.heatmap numeric underscore data.core. Okay, so it will show the correlation, it will form the heat map providing the correlation matrix. And then what we will do, annotation will be there. So annotation we are doing true. Okay, color map. Okay, and fmt equals to 0.2f, because up to 2 digit 2 decimal we shall consider. Okay, and then plt.title correlation heat map, we have given the title, and then plt.show, we are generating the plot. Okay, so it's now 6:13. Please finish this step by 6:15. So once you successfully finish this step, you will get this type of the correlation heat map. Okay, so basically I will interpret the result for you. Okay, because before that I want that you all of you have generated the heat map properly. Okay, so as you can see, the diagonally all value will be 1, because passenger id to passenger id, okay, they will have the extremely correlation. Okay, or for example, so diagonally all those values will be 1. Okay, and then for example, passenger class to survive class, the correlation value is minus 0.34. So they are having the negative correlation. So you have to check in this way. Okay, so first you generate this particular correlation heat map, then I will also put this particular chunk of the code in your comment section, so that you can easily make sure that you can easily interpret the result as well for you. Okay,
Subramil is asking why data is equals to data in a code.
you have to define now what type of the data you are taking. So here data set name, you have given data, so because of that, data equals to data.
So many students are saying done, sir.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so as we are running out of time, I am just, meanwhile you are executing it, I am just giving you the answers of your questions. So first question was the difference between the Power BI and the Tableau. So you see the Power BI is basically a Microsoft tool, okay, which is focused on the seamless integration of the simpler interpretation of the data. This is also a template driven tool. Okay, and Tableau, rather than, it's a basically has been developed by the Salesforce. Okay, so a Tableau is much more advanced data visualization kind of thing, a little bit tougher than the Power BI in general as per the experts. Okay, so Power BI in generally we have seen the people from the non-technical background people are implementing much easier, and Tableau you require a little bit of technical knowledge, but it is also a template driven thing. But like I mentioned, it is much more advanced data visualization, as you can say. But both Power BI and Tableau, both are very much important. And if you Indian scenario, if you know Tableau, you can grab the 6-digit salary job per month. It is possible with the help of Tableau. Okay, and people, those who are HR professionals, they can also benefit it with the help of the AI. All of you know that nowadays HR analytics are getting a lot of priority and a lot of popularity. People are basically designing the interview questions with the help of AI. They are taking the interviews with the help of AI. So you can see there are a lot of popularity of the AI in HR domain, and learning AI will help you to understand the predictive analytics in much more intuitive way. You can understand the automated decision making processes, and it will give you a lot of weightage in comparison to the other people, those who are just doing HR, but you know not only HR but you also know AI. Okay, so it will be a smart choice if you are taking the AI courses along. It will solidify your position, your job position in the company. Okay, so I hope that I have given these two answers, and meanwhile I am also posting this chunk of the code in your comment box section.
It's really a nice session, sir. The masterclass you really take it. It's really indeed a true masterclass. So till then, can we take up quiz questions together, sir?
Please take the quiz question. Meanwhile, I am also posting this portion of the code in the comment box because
Great,
we are
sir.
running out of time. So
Yes.
I don't want to.
So I would request to my colleague that can you please bring up the slide of the quiz question. So now the quiz question is going to be start. So you all have to participate actively and try to give the correct answers so that we will and try to give also using a Slido app. That will be preferable. If you are not able to do it, then post it in the chat. So the first question is on your computer screen now. So please take it the first question, that which of the following is a key step in data analytics process? Collecting data without any pre-processing, cleaning and preparing the data before analysis. Just please
Okay,
see.
so I have sent you the entire portion of the code. Sorry for the interruption, madam. Just
That's perfectly fine, sir. That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
So see, there are so many attentive responses here. That's really wonderful. So if you have completed the first quiz question, let's move to the next question. Can you please bring up a Slido app for the second quiz question? That is, what is the main purpose of using data visualization in data analytics? To generate random insights, to store large amount of data, to present complex data in easily understandable format, to perform statistical calculation on data. So this is our second question. Try to give the answers in the Slido app. Excellent. Great. So many students are giving a responses and giving option C mostly. Great. Nice to see that. Okay, I'll move to on the last quiz question for the day today. This is the question is, which of the following Python libraries is most commonly used for data visualization? That is NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and Scikit-learn. So which of the following Python library is mostly commonly used for data visualization? Please give your answers. So many students are giving answer. Great. So many students are giving A, some students are giving C. Great. Nice to see your answers. So I would like to say this is just a masterclass, but the entire certification will give you so much knowledge. So I would urge you, please join the course as soon as possible before the deadline. And then you will be ready for the real world scenarios. So thank you so much. So
Okay, so
that's
madam,
really
I'm just helping them to interpret the correlation matrix. Okay, so the correlation heat map they have generated. So as you can see, the positive correlation value, one ideal value is 1. The more it will be closer, okay, the more it will be positive. Okay, so it is indicated with the shades of red, as you all can see in the screen, and negative correlation has been indicated by -1. The color is blue shade of the color is there, and basically there will be no correlation. There is a neutral color, that means 0. Okay, so you can see diagonally each features are correlated perfectly with itself, so all the values are 1. Okay, and I am taking few examples like survive versus sex. Okay, so the value will be 0.54. Okay, it is moderately positive. Okay, and you see that we have marked female equals to 1 and male equals to 0. That means you can get the idea that women actually survived more during the Titanic, when the Titanic was destroyed through the collision of the iceberg. Women survived more than the men people, and it actually matched with the report. Actually, women survived more in count in comparison to the men. And also, if you see the P class with the survive class, that is also minus 0.34. So they are basically the negatively correlated. Okay, that means the lower will be your class. Okay, the lesser will be basically your survival rate. Okay, because you see why it is happening, because you see we have marked the number 1 2 3 na. So what is happening, that the first class has been marked, P class 1 equals to the first class, second equals to the 2 equals to second class, 3 equals to third class. Okay, but you see the third class is the lower class actually. Okay, so because of that reason it is inversely proportional. Okay, because of the negative correlation. So that's why the people with the higher class will survive more, because that is one. Numerically it is low, but actually it is the higher class. Okay, so that's why they will survive more, and the people with the lower class, they will survive less, but because the numerically value is high. Okay, so you have to just check the notations, numerical notations. Okay, so the higher class is the first class, but numerically it is low value. Lower class is the, I mean, lower class numerically it is higher value. The class is lower, but numerically the value is higher. Whenever you are saying it is third class, numerically the value is higher, but actually it's a lower class. So that thing you have to keep it in your mind during the interpretation. Okay, so just let me tell you one, just let me post it in your, for your understanding purpose, this particular thing.
Thank you so much. So many students were asking about the certification of today's masterclass. So those who are the top performers, they will get the certificate definitely, but only to the top performers based on the various criteria.
Just check, I have shared in the comment box section. Just you have to, in this case, you have to just remember the class numbers. This is a play around of the class numbers. Sometimes people get confused. You have to see, because third class is the lower class, but numerically it is high. Whenever you see the numerically it is high, but the first class numerically lower value, but actually it is the top class, right? So that thing you have to be very much careful when generating the interpretation. Okay, so this particular notebook can be accessible. I am sharing my GitHub link. From this particular GitHub link you can access my notebook.
Also, sir, collab link is also students are asking.
Okay, so they can easily download the collab from here, actually, from my notebook. Okay, so there is download option available. So I already have shared with them. Okay, and in general, if you want to just follow me in general in GitHub, so this is the general GitHub link. So if you have not followed me there, you can follow me out there. Also, I write Medium articles to guide students or the data science enthusiast people. So you can follow me in the Medium and you can read out those articles as well. And there are few of the partial recording of my sessions are also available in my YouTube channel. You can also go through there and check it. But in generally, just let me tell you, already Madam has mentioned that if you want to learn the nitty-gritty of AI, right from the linear algebra to machine learning to deep learning and advanced deep learning, please join High Cohort 3. You will get the entire 360 view of the sessions. Okay, and not only that, not only the theoretical part, but also the hands-on sessions are available there. And for those who are not very much equipped with Python, for them there will be couple of basic Python sessions, and then gradually we'll start coding on machine learning, deep learning, advanced deep learning. So you will get the idea. So thank you very much for your precious feedback. I see Salini Madam has posted great session. Great to see that you have liked it. Okay, you see this type of the sessions, we have the time limitations, but still I try to give you the idea, because you see in high, if you join the high program, you will do it in Python and Pythonic platform. So to understand the visualization through Python was very much important. We have given the uh, uh, we have tried to give you some highlight that how the visualization looks like through the Python or Python 8 platforms. So thank you very much for joining this session, and because of your cooperation, we are being able to execute this session successfully. So kudos to all of you and your active participation. We have seen the similar things in Masterclass 1, and we are also observing the same thing in Masterclass 2. So hats up to all your efforts. Thank you very much for inviting me here. Thank you, madam, for your wonderful moderation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. That's really a wonderful sessions. We come to end of the session. In case if you all have any doubts, so please reach out to us. Email ID is available in the chat box also. And especially thank you, sir. It's been a pleasure to be here in your masterclass, sir. The way that you explain is awesome, amazing. The way you summarize everything, it is really awesome. So thank you, audience, for your active participation, and thank you once again for your time. Have a pleasant evening. Bye bye.